Yes, it is true. Omeda is getting rid of Legacy, but I think we have to have a full conversation about that. What you are about to watch is the full conversation that me and my chat had about Legacy leaving, why it's leaving, and how Predecessor and Omeda are trying to distance themselves away from Paragon so that they can stand on their own 2 feet. If you watch the video fully, I thank you. But to really understand like what Omeda is trying to do, you have to watch the full video. So if you care that much about Legacy and Predecessor and how it's a thriving game right now, I suggest you watch the full video for context. We have to understand why they're taking it away more than anything else, really. I think a lot of the community doesn't understand that Predecessor is not and does not want to be Paragon, and they shouldn't. The goal is to grow and move forwards, not to dwell in the past. Legacy was never here to stay. Some of y'all never said goodbye to Paragon. Now it's time. And I can't help but agree. Like the way characters are, especially when we got them back from Epic Games, the way characters are right now is attuned to the map of like Monolith, right? And so I'm sorry. So some characters, like it was very obvious, like when I first played Legacy, that some characters just are not good in Legacy. If you just didn't have mobility, you could not get like, around the map fast enough. And like there was a lot of blue buff taking in like the first, like when the game starts and all the main camp spawn in, there's a lot of junglers who are just like, I'm gonna go to your blue side, because there's no way that you're gonna know that I'm on your blue camp in time for me to take it. And so a lot of the games were a bunch of jungle diffs. And it really just sucks to see that like I need help from my jungler, but he's already far behind. He can't even like play the game that much. He's like a level 2 behind, and he's dying. He doesn't have the big knives. So the jungler who did took your blue farm, like your whole blue side, is like way higher than you, and he's rotating better than you because you're too busy trying to like catch up like that. It was just like an all telling sign of like the game is going to be bad from the get-go, right? I understand fully, but I feel like they need to change the normal map and more verticality, and they are actually doing that. They are in the process of making their own map, and I really feel like they're looking at the response, and they're looking at like how we're so like beat up about Legacy leaving, and they're gonna try and have a mix of Legacy and Monolith, to where the teleporters make sense, and they're pretty evenly spaced out, and that it looks appealing because of all the people, like how we love the jungle in Legacy, and how it feels like a jungle, how there's like atmosphere to the map. I think we're soon to do a new original permanent quick play rank map in the feature. It was nice to play for 2 games, but with the changes made, it is not compatible. And like that's true. And people like really they wanted ranked. They really wanted ranked on Legacy. You do not want that, man. And I like the gameplay is good. But it's nothing compared to like how it should be. I wish I could tell like how many games I had on Legacy, but I can only pull up my Omeda and just see like how many pages I had. For the longest time I've grappled with this, I've seen so many times that when asked what Predecessor is, people immediately answer it's a Paragon Revival project. And while it's definitely the case early on, I think that identity quickly became a disservice. When we first launched into early access nearly 3 years ago, I remember thinking to myself, what will Pred become? Understandably, the players who first supported Predecessor wanted a carbon copy of the game they loved and lost. They mourned Paragon and wanted it back, and I completely get it. I'm still not over Netflix cancellation of Inside Job or Final Space. Dog, who's seen Inside Job? And if you've seen it, you know what we have lost. Paragon, for all of its success and for all of its popularity, was a product of its time. Modern game design has changed immeasurably, and even back then, Paragon maps, features, modes, and were more often controversial among its players, like the whole running mechanic, like the The root, by the way, I mean that's why I loves, because if you got caught running, you deserve to be punished, right? But I digress. I find a lot of similarities between Predecessor and Paragon in that regard. We've both had our ups and downs, and we've both been trying to carve out a niche in a genre dominated by incredibly successful games like League of Legends and Smite. And I think that's the key to everything. Paragon stood out because it challenged the status quo. It saw what other games were doing and said, "Now I'm gonna do my own thing." Nice gift right there, Kari. And in my opinion, that's the single most important lesson that Pred has learned on his journey. Pred is not trying to be Paragon; it never was. Like Paragon before it, Pred is trying to do something, trying to be something more. Now that with every hero from Paragon is reforged in Pred, and we are prepared ourselves to say goodbye to the legacy map Agora. I hope players can get behind the new chapter in our journey, which they should. They should get behind it if you're on the train already, not play the game because, oh, the map's back, I'll hop on it now. Oh, they're taking it away, I don't want to play anymore, you know. But it's time for it's time for us to strive for Paragon, a word that by definition has always been more of an aspiration than a title. Nothing can ever be perfect. Becoming a Paragon is honestly impossible, but by striving for that accomplishment, we can achieve something truly special. Oh, what a banger that was! That's a banger. That is a quote of the ages. Pred will continue towards that excellence, continuing the journey that Paragon started as we challenge MOBA expectations, pushing the boundaries of verticality, competition, and stunning cinematic visuals, which they have, because, you know, there's no other MOBA that looks better than Pred or Paragon. Just saying, you know, Smite's trying, you know, they got their little Smite 2 and their little update graphics, but like, let's be for real, that's not doing anything, really. It's still very cartoony. Change can be scary, but I firmly believe that Predecessor's future depends on continuing Paragon's legacy and not settling for anything less than innovative and informed evolution in a genre hungry for something new. Now, when people ask me what Predecessor is known, the answer is I know the answer. Inspired by Paragon, Predecessor is a highly competitive genre redefining MOBA that isn't getting stuck on what others have done before it. And I couldn't be more excited. What a W threat from Car. I'm gonna like all of these, and I might repost it all. I don't know.